Okay, so I want to talk about him for a minute. Kanye. I like him, and I'm going to tell you why I like him. I like him because he's not afraid. He's not afraid of being himself. And even if it's the world against him, he going to be himself. And I like that about him because to me, a man should do nothing but stand on his word. And so to me, he's shown that he is a family man and that he just to me seems like a hurt little boy. So let's start this journey here with him. I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he's weird. I just I think he's a normal black man who's going through something in life. We have to take a look back before Kim came in the picture. Let's just take a look back. Kim, when he met Kim, he was happy. It shows in his face he was happy. But you also got to remember his mother was alive when he first started dating Kim. And I honestly believe his mother death affected him and he never sought help on that. And no one ever comforted or helped him through the grieving process. I'm speaking from experience because I've lost my mother. And when I lost my mother, my kids were little. And 13 days before I lost my mama, I lost my best friend, which was my grandmother. So I didn't get a chance to grieve for my mother because I was grieving for my grandmother. And I really feel he didn't get a chance to grieve Donna. If he would have grieved his mother properly or had nurturing throughout that process, I don't think it will be as extreme as it is right now with him. Okay. When he lost his mother, he lost the connection to himself. He's really just roaming this world, living day to day. So he clings to his kids because that's all he got. And unless you know what that is, you can't speak on it. So if you still have your mother living, take this as a note. This very thing happened to you. Or maybe you're going through the same thing and you can identify with some of these things that I'm talking about with him because I'm experiencing those things myself. See, when you lose your mother, it's a whole different arena. Like Kim, she got her mama. Okay, her mama's her manager. So she got her mama. Her mama got her back. And when you lose your mother, you lose, especially if your mother raised you. If your mother was in a house with you, if you lose your mother and you seen your mother cry, you seen your mother go through struggles, you seen your mother in pain, you seen a lot with your mother, it does something to your mental. If you think about it, this is somebody who raised me, who changed my diapers, who was responsible for me to eat and drink and go to school and put lotion on my body and make sure I got Vaseline all around my mouth so I could look like I fried some chicken. And I say that because my baby, when she go to school, When she used to go to school in elementary, I used to say, "Did you fry some chicken on your lips? Because you got a whole lot of Vaseline around your lips." And I guess it prevented her from licking her lips or whatever during school. But needless to say, being a mother is totally different than a father. So he lost his best friend. Life shifted, it shifted a little bit, if not a lot. And when life shifted, he needed a life partner to shift with him. So this is when in a marriage, and I could speak from a marriage because I was in one, and my parents were married throughout my life. Throughout my schooling, I should say, which I'll get on that subject another time. But anyway, it's funny because, whoo. Anyway, when you're, and this is why I don't think stuff is out of the box with him, because remember when he bought that house next to Kim when they separated? See, that's something my mother would have did. She would have bought a house right next door. That's something I would do. I'll buy a house right next door. Look, you can see your kids. You ain't got no excuse. Come see these babies. But anyway, uh life sends you through a transition when you discover a death that's hard. And unless you have been shaken by that type of death, it's hard. It's so hard to come to grips with reality because you're still stuck. You're stuck at that point when you heard your mother just passed. I could tell you the time, the day my mother just passed. March 17th, 2001 at 1:02 p.m. You remember intricate details of the death that sticks in your mind that you never even think about. I remember when I walked in the room, my mother had a tear coming down her face. Broke my heart because that means she was crying before she died. Okay, so back to him. Now his mother went where she went and tried to have her little surgery, body surgery, and didn't make it out of it. Which I'm gonna get on the subject about the surgery in a minute. But she didn't make it out of it. She died. So not only is she not in the States when she died, she was having surgery when she died. And here he is smiling with, he seems to believe, a life partner. I honestly don't think Kim Kardashian should ever get married. Like, I really don't think she should ever get married. Look, I think that my mama is managing their whole career. And I say whole as in HO career. They daddy is probably, Robert is somewhere in his grave doing cartwheels because his daughter. Anyway, back to his mother. So when he lost his mother, he needed balance in a marriage. And that was time for Kim or a relationship, because I don't think they were married when his mother passed, but I could be mistaken. I don't really know. I don't really follow this Kardashian thing like everybody else because I really feel some kind of way around them. Anyway, I feel like he lost his best friend, his confidant. And at that point, he was vulnerable. And Kim took advantage of that vulnerability. So it created happiness for him. But the happiness was fake and the happiness was temporary. Because see, he was in love with the woman he met. But then that woman that he met started to have his children and dress like this. His face on here tells a strong story that I think we ought to not forget. This is traumatic. How many black men prefer their wives looking like this when they leave the house? Besides Ice-T. Nobody wants their wife, girlfriend, or someone they even interested in leaving nothing to the imagination. He's supposed to have a prize. And in the prize, you open it up, it's a surprise. There's nothing to open up here. Everything is out. Everything is in the view of the naked eye. How can you open your prize if your prize is viewing? Nothing is surprising with the open gift. His body language in this picture says to me, I'm totally unhappy, but I don't know what to do. I got kids. I don't know what to do. I want to do right, but I can't because I don't know what to do. And what she should have done is been a wife. And if you could tell me your husband don't mind you looking like this, leaving out the house, going on the red carpet, a special event, you crazy. There's not one man on this earth that will wife up a woman that look like this. Not one man. But see, that's how she make her money. So when you connect with souls, make sure you're compatible. Souls have to link. They have to hook in. So when she got married with her, they were supposed to be one. They were supposed to be on the same accord. And guess what? His word is the final word. Oh, I know that's deep for y'all. I know it's deep. But a man is a head of a household. Before God says anything in that household, he gonna come to him. If it's time for you to move, he'll tell him. He just ain't gonna be whispering in the woman's ear talking about something. Buy a Mercedes tomorrow. Buy a Mercedes tomorrow. And she just go out and boom, buy a Mercedes and bring it home. Honey, look what I got. You don't think he gonna have a face like this? Like, what is you doing? Why you ain't discussed this with me? They were supposed to be equal. This man is hurting. Y'all worried about his anti-Semitic or whatever. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. The man is hurting. And see, everybody fell into that Kardashian thing. He crazy. No, he ain't. He ain't been taking his medicine. No, he ain't. That man ain't got to take his medicine. Yes, there is a chemical imbalance in people. Yes, he needs medication to stay balanced. But guess what? Thank you, Lord. You can eat right. You can buy herbs and vitamins and change your life a little bit to create happiness. This video right here tells me they argued before they left the house. I can tell you what they argued about. That outfit that Kim got on. This ain't the first time she hit somewhere up looking like this. This woman will walk around and look half naked with little tassels on her. And everything about her is fake. So they say he deserved what he got because, he shouldn't have hooked up with her after all that stuff that went on with Ray J and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm not defaming nobody. Kim is who she is. Them Kardashians are who they are. I can't judge them. I can't throw a stone at her. If I had a body like that, who knows? If I was single, I might want to hit a carpet like that, looking for attention. Who knows? So I can't say I won't never wear nothing like that. But in my mind, I know if I'm married, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I'm never going to look like that. And I'm just saying, it so much that could go on. I actually like them as a couple together. I think he could balance her out and she could balance him out. But I think it got to a point where he could no longer have a word. And when a man can no longer stand on his own 2 feet in his own dwelling, he retreat. So he left. But he want to hold on to the only thing that he got in life, and that's them babies. So I pray, going forward, I pray that Kim allow him to spend as much time as he can with them kids. Because one thing is for certain, he ain't gonna never hurt them kids. Now there's some people that you gotta look at and question whether or not them kids is in a little danger or something. And I do, commentary on the mama sector, which I think one of the mothers is liable to do. But he ain't that type of dude. He don't look like he gonna hurt a fly. I think he's a very intelligent businessman. But people has put such a negative persona on him that everybody think he cray. And he not. He hurt. He hurt. He need to grieve. That's all. He needs to grieve. And you know what? I'm just gonna say this, and I mean, I don't even know who this new wife he done picked up, at the grocery store at. I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is. Okay, she just came out the woodwork, but I think he did all that in attention mode. Do I think he loved her? Hey, I don't know what his heart is saying, but I do think he reacted out of attention, and she draws good attention for him. But I would have loved to see him and Amber work out. Because you know why? It's because I could imagine Amber holding him down. Amber would have held him down. She just seemed like the type of person that's just going to nurture him. And he needs that. He needs nurturing. He's a brilliant man. I mean, he is brilliant. He can never make another album in the world. He's brilliant. His stuff, when I seen that video of his stuff on the floor of that one store, I'm thinking to myself, I won't buy that stuff. But my son made me realize that it was brilliance because it does show like why is we going in the store buying our stuff out the store that we never own? You don't see us owning no Foot Lockers, but yet we'll be the first ones in line fighting, killing. No, let's change this. He is putting good thoughts in young men's head about becoming a businessman. Own your own stuff. Why you going in the store picking my stuff up off the floor and it costs $150? Don't you think you better than that? He intelligent. He ain't crazy. That man's smart. It's y'all the ones that's crazy because y'all believing in the one lady right there with them clothes that's not on. That white talking about he ain't took his medicine. That man don't he probably do need more than just medicine. He needs probably a whole tranquilizer to walk out the house with a wife that don't want to put on clothes.